I think you're the only person in the world that's actually met Saddam Hussein and Slobodan Milosevic. What was your first impression meeting two people, I mean, completely opposite, but they go into the same avenue of being basically two society? Could you just describe your first impression of both of them?
Well, I remember when I first met, it was the mid-90s, Saddam Hussein. It was like a very ornate building like this one here. And before I met him, walking in these Revolutionary Guards, all with their golden swords, big sparkling uniforms. I thought they were coming at me. And then he walked in, big, tall, thin guy. I won't call him a handsome guy, but you know, he had a presence. And he sat down, and he had these beady little eyes, and he started staring at me as if, you know, what are you doing here? Why did I meet with you? And he was trying to intimidate me. And I made a terrible mistake when I first met him. I faced him like this, and I crossed my legs, which to an Arab is a supreme insult, because if you show him the soles of your shoe, it's like you're showing him the dirty part of you. And he walked out. And my interpreter, I looked at my interpreter and I said, "What happened?" He says, "Well, you're in trouble." And I said, "Well, what should I do?" He said, "Well, you've insulted him. You should come back and apologize when he comes back." And I said to myself, you know what? I think he expects an apology. He thinks I'm another weakling. I'm not going to apologize, but I'm going to be respectful and I'll pursue my agenda. I did that, and I think he respected that. But try to intimidate, you know, a little bit of a sense of humor. At one point, he says to me, you know, by the virtue of my Section 13 of the Constitution, I will release the two Americans. He was never looking at me. And the translator was saying this. So I grabbed Saddam like that to say, you know, almost like, thank you. And all of his troops, almost, I thought, were going to shoot me because they thought I was going to do something. And then we stood up, and he had already decided to turn him over. The press came in, and he made this announcement to the press. And then he said to me, well, you know, Congressman Richardson, it doesn't help me and my country to be photographed with you. I said, well, Mr. President, doesn't help me. So, you know, a mixture, the thing with Hussein, we connected a little bit, but an evil guy, tries to intimidate, you know, held these Americans without much reason, very cruel.